What's up, everybody? It's me, Feather. Welcome or welcome back. Hey, to Feather Libra Tarot, where it's Libra here all the time. It doesn't matter where it's at in your chart. If you're a cross watcher, come on in and say hello to me. Let's do this thing. Happy New Year. I hope you're all doing well. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Hype the channel if you can. Let's see. Rhoda. I know a Rhoda. Huh. Anyway, I'm getting Rhoda, Rhonda, Rodney. I'm just getting that sound. So may or may not be somebody you are dealing with. Maybe it's you. I don't know. Let's see. Dropping into the reading screen is podcast episode 567, I believe. 547. Sorry. What's up, Brittany? How are you doing? All right. Let's drop it to the reading screen and do this thing. Victory. Some sort of victory. What does that mean? Let's see. I'm just getting victory vibes, like victory laps. Maybe you're a runner. Marathons. Half marathons. I don't know. Track and field. I don't know. I'm getting victory vibes. Okay. Look at that. 6 of Wands is victory vibes, baby. Okay. All right. So if there is something that you're really unsure about, could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag, or have it heavily in your chart, and you are unsure about whether or not it is going to be a victory. I believe you're going to have a victory. Now, this could be a person, place, or a thing. This could be a race. This could be a job. This could be anything. Okay? So, it looks like there's going to be something victorious happening for you. Victorious? Victorious secret? Okay. That's going to make you very pleasantly pleased. Let's just say that. Pleasantly surprised. Surprised. Some of you may be trying to have a child, wanting to get pregnant. Some of you are wanting to have children someday. Some of you, this could be in regards to work. This is just like victory shall be yours. And I think that you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the payout, with how you feel about what actually happens in regards to a certain situation. Okay. So right now, this could be money issues. This could be love issues. This could be, just simply some things where you're not really feeling very victorious when it comes to life in general. I don't know. Looks like some victories. Okay. Yeah, I'll just put it to you this way. Sometimes we think about the worst happening. What could go wrong? The worst happening. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? And that really stunts our growth, or it holds us back, or we don't follow through with something because we're afraid that we're, say for instance, that half marathon. We've never ran one before, but we've been practicing and training. But when it comes down to the wire, you get nervous. Everybody has those nervous jitters. Everybody has those, what if I can't? What if I won't? What if I fail? What if I fall? What if I trip? What if I whatever? Those kinds of things, and the not knowing of what's going to happen. Say, for instance, you get a job. You got a new job. Okay, what if I don't succeed? What if I'm not good enough? Why? So there's a little lack of hope, or really kind of an issue with confidence or lack of hope in regards to something or someone. And it's that not knowing how it's going to turn out that kind of makes us nervous, or makes us hold back, or not give it our best shot. Sometimes we pull back our energy and we don't even try because we're afraid we're going to fail, that kind of stuff. And it knocks us out of balance. Okay. It knocks us out of balance. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the payout, or with how well you do in regards to a certain thing place, person, situation here. It looks really good. What else does Libra need to know in regards to this? Change decks. Okay. What else does Libra need to know in regards to this? What is this? Okay. This could definitely be in regards to money. Tiki's in the house. How you doing, baby doll? Your birthday might be the 3rd, the 30th, the 11th, the 13th, the 10th. Or this could be something that those could be dates that are very important or specific to you for some reason. Hiring dates, whatever. I don't know. This could definitely be in regards to money, finances, or life in general. But again, just because something didn't pass the mark, or you didn't something didn't work out previously, doesn't mean that it's not going to work out this time around. Okay. Because it looks like you're strong enough to get through and overcome and accomplish any dang thing with the Strength card here. Your energy is saying that it's calm, it's balanced, and you're strong enough to overcome and accomplish anything. But that's because there's been some things that you've had to overcome in the past. You know you can do this, whatever this is. You know you could accomplish this, whatever this is. You know that you can get through it, right? You just have to have that peace of mind, that patience, and that inner knowingness that you've got it. Okay? Yeah, baby, she's got it. Or he, whatever. Apparently there's been some things in your past, maybe relationships that didn't work out, maybe jobs that didn't work out, maybe career changes, jobs. I don't know what this is for a lot of you, but apparently there's been some difficulties and some challenges in the past. This could be, I keep wanting to say past life, but I'm not meaning past life like other lifetimes. I'm meaning in your past, in your this time lifetime. Okay. A lot of you, you've walked away from and scaled many obstacles. You've climbed many mountains. You've accomplished many things, right? This is just the next thing that you're going to accomplish. This is just the next hurdle, the next thing, the next accomplishment, the next victory, the next thing that, yes, there may be some difficulties that lie ahead. God, I feel like I'm a counselor today or something. I feel like whatever, hope you got your coffee or your tea, we're in it for a minute. Okay. You could be dealing with a Pisces. You could be dealing with an air sign, a Libra specifically, or this is your energy. You could be dealing with a Leo, have it heavily in your chart, water sign or fire sign. Okay. There's been some things that you've overcome, and I want you to be proud of the things that you've overcome. And a lot of times we don't like looking back, but I want you to look back at the things that you have accomplished, no matter how small, no matter how medium, no matter how large. What have you accomplished? What have you learned? Because you've learned from every one of these experiences that you've walked away from or you've put behind you, if you've learned from. There's been a lot of love. There's been a lot of joy. There's been a lot of emotions. There's a lot packed into the experiences that you've experienced in your lifetime. This is like the next chapter in your life. So let's say for instance, you had a career or a job that you invested in for almost 10 years. Okay. It could be longer, but I'm just going to say 10 years or just under 10 years. And you decided that wasn't paying you enough, or it wasn't enough to support your family, right? And you are the kind of person that likes to provide and protect and nurture the people around you. You like to have nice things. You like to have, you like to have comfort and support just like everybody else. But you may have walked away from that career or wanting to walk away from that career field into something new. And it's like maybe you've already changed jobs or careers once or twice. Okay, well, this is the next one. We get to choose what we want to do, what's going to make us happy. Okay, so there's big changes coming, right? But you may have these doubts or these fears or these insecurities that kind of come up every now and then and say, what if I'm not good enough? What if I can't do this? What if it's not going to be enough money? What if? It's all the what ifs. But it's almost like you are holding yourself back from making this decision, or you're in the in-between of going from one thing to another thing. So you may be starting something new, starting a new relationship, starting a new job, starting something new, maybe relocating, doing whatever, or you're in the process of doing something big changes for self, and you've got the hiccups in the front, the what if I can't? What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not smart enough? What if I can't do it? It's just the confidence thing. I see that there's victory to be had here. You will be victorious. Maybe you're wondering whether or not you're going to be victorious, or if it's going to be successful. Well, sometimes we hold ourselves back and we worry about those things, which then keeps us from being successful because we worry about the things instead of focusing more on what you can accomplish, how smart you are, what you've accomplished before, what you've learned, your skill sets, what you've got in your bag of tricks from your life's journey to carry you and move you forward. It's kind of like you kind of just worry about whether or not you can do it, whether or not you're going to be any good at it, or whether or not it's going to be a successful venture or project or whatever. And, just because we can't always know how things are going to work out. What's the fun in that, right? It's part of it is the journey, right? Enjoying the journey. Experiencing the new things that come along with the new journey. I mean, that's a whole part of it. I can't, I wouldn't want to read you or read for you and tell you everything that's to come. That way you could get excited about and eager for more and excited about things. I would rather just give you a vague description and say, there's some big changes. You're headed towards big changes. You are headed towards big changes. And these are great changes. These are good changes, great changes. Probably fortunate, Look at there, fortunate changes. Money, stability, feeling good, looking good. Some of you being independent and able to stand on your own, being able to pay off your debt and have savings. Some of you, this is just, looking better, feeling better, being content and happy within self and what you've accomplished, what you are accomplishing. I love that. Big changes headed your way. And again, some of you, this could be financial. Some of you may have gone through a divorce, or maybe going through a divorce, or some legal stuff. Some of you are just wondering, am I going to be successful? If you want to be, think about it, Okay. So you're having an issue with trusting the process. Don't we all? The funny thing here is I'm asking the universe, what else do you need to know? Well, you're having some issues and some difficulties trusting the process of whatever this is. Okay. The universe is working on this for you. It's time for big changes. It's time for new. It's time for changes. It's time to get moving. It's time to make a change. It's time to take action. You are being guided in this. I think that you're going to feel a lot better about this whole thing as time goes on, as you move forward in whatever this is, or whatever this change is, whatever this new direction is. I just have a little bit of trouble trusting the process. And that's okay, because we're human. But it's kind of self-sabotagey and maybe even self-gaslighty, where you're like, I can't do it. I'm not going to be good enough. I'm not going to get it, or I'm not going to get the job. I'm not going to get this thing, and it's not going to happen. Relationships aren't for me, or this, that, or maybe I'm not going to get pregnant, or I'm not going to have a child, or whatever. I don't know what this is for you, but it's a big, big thing. Okay. So you're not really seeing clearly. You're kind of standing in your own way because of the doubts and the concerns and the insecurities that are just kind of popping up for you, because of something that's happened in the past. So you've overcome so many obstacles. You're probably 40, I want to say 40 to 48. You could be older than 48, but I'm really getting a 40 to 48 kind of vibe. You've lived some life, is what I'm saying, and you've traveled far. You've done some things. You've experienced life, and I just want you to quietly, reservedly, within self, look back at the things you have accomplished. What makes you proud to be you? What makes you proud? Put that crown back on. Put your crown on and be proud of the things that you've accomplished. Do you get up? Do you clean your house? Do you brush your teeth? Do you take care of yourself? What do you do that you're proud of? I don't care how little it is. What have you accomplished? Because some things have been small, but other things are larger, but they're still your accomplishments. They're still your skill sets. They still carry emotion with each one of those stepping stones that you've come through. And I feel like I'm preaching to you today. I need my pulpit right now. But there may have been some challenges, some really tough mountains to climb. A lot of those may have been financial, some of them legal, some of them relationshipy, relationshipal. But regardless, look back at your accomplishments and feel good about them. That will actually push you forward and move you forward. Say, for instance, you finish 4 5Ks and you're ready for a half marathon, and you're like, yeah, I can't do this. It's too far to run. You know what? You placed within the top 10 in every 5K that you've ran, and you ran the entire 5K. You didn't stop. I think you can do it. Just, that's all you got to tell yourself is you got this. You can do this. You've already done this. You know how to run. You've done it before. You know how to focus on your breathing. You know how to focus on the surroundings and enjoying the journey of the run instead of focusing on getting to the finish line. It's about enjoying it. But you've done it before. You've finished races before. You can do this too. It may look different. It may be bigger. It may be larger. It may be more of a change. But if you were to look back and really focus in and really feel the feelings of what you've accomplished before, you might not feel like it's that big of a deal anyway. Like, you may feel like it's not really that big of a change or a shift, or I got this. It's no problem. I was thinking that it was so much bigger than it was going to be, but in reality, it's all right. I can do this. It's just a positive shift in perspective. That's all. Based on what you've gotten through and gone through and the mountains that you've climbed and accomplished before. Because at the bottom of it all, and this is self-reflection again. Self-reflection is going to get you moving forward in whatever this is. It's going to help you shift and change this to a more positive situation or positive feeling and positive direction for you, which is going to cause you to feel better about yourself. there's the celebration at the bottom. This is definitely something to celebrate. It's a big positive shift for you, a big positive change. But you know how you get that wheel spinning? You start looking at the things that you've already accomplished and the mountains that you've climbed. Okay. And you be proud of yourself for that. Okay. Because a lot of you have gone through something very painful. Some of you just continually refocus on the painful shit from the past. And that's okay. We're human. Some of you have gone through a painful ending. Some of you have gone through a lot of painful endings. Some of you have really been up in your head, causing yourself a lot of anxiety and stress and overthinking and overwhelm. And it's okay. You don't got to do this anymore. You just got to get clear on the direction you're headed, how you want to feel. This is a part of a self-love journey for you. And it's about you. This is reading is about you and whatever you're going through and how you can progress and move forward better. Okay, what's up, everybody in the shadows? Like it, share it, subscribe it, hype the tribe. Okay, it's about clarity and empowering yourself with that information. You are intelligent. You are wise. You make wise decisions. You make executive decisions. You're a very powerful creator. What have you already accomplished? What have you already gone through and grown through? How did you get to where you are now? What are those stepping stones? What are those things you learned? You know, one day at a time, one step at a time, but you've done those things. You've done things. This is no different. And if you actually look back long enough and reflect on those moments, you'll get an idea of where to go, of how to get there, of how to do it, of how to accomplish it. You'll gain that knowledge. You'll get the perspective you need that will get you from anxiety, stress, and overwhelm and overthinking in a negative to a positive. I got the clarity. I can make the decision. I know exactly what to do. Looks like a lot of you have gone through some things in your past. This is no different. But if you can actually focus in on your skill sets and the things you've learned from the past, and in other things that you've accomplished, and I'm talking about in every area of your life, you'll be surprised at how great you feel about yourself when you get done reflecting upon those things and how great you feel. And then you'll be like, you know what? I got this. You'll shift this energy quickly. Okay, because right now, it's I don't know what to manifest. I don't know what direction to head. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get there. Is it going to happen? You know, that kind of stuff. And that overthinking kind of just keeps you in a stuck place. Okay, it keeps you manifesting negative shit, or it keeps you in a stuck place, right? Keeps you from making those final decisions that get you moving forward. You know, I got this. I've ran races before. I know how to accomplish things. I know how to tie my shoelaces so they don't come undone while I'm racing. I know how to wear the right underwear and you know what I'm talking about if y'all have ever ran or did any kind of sports. I know exactly what kind of underwear to wear. I know exactly kind of shorts to wear so they ain't riding up. I know exactly how to do this. I know how to dress for the situation. I know to wear my cap so my face isn't burned. I know how to put on my sunscreen. I know how to prepare and hydrate and stretch, and you know all of the things and all of the steps already because of the stuff you've done before. This is no different. You're just worrying about it or concerned about it or doubting yourself. Okay, take time to reflect. That's going to help you get through this and gain this clarity. Okay, that's what the universe is saying here. Some of you, this is job. Some of you, this is just focusing in on, you know, you're worthy of it. Your self-worth and self-love. This is a self-love, self-worth moment for you, and it's all about changing perspective. By looking back at the things you've already grown through and accomplished and achieved, right? And when you feel like a victor because you look back and you feel victorious because, man, I went through that and I got up and I went to work. Man, I bought that house and I never thought I'd be able to own a house. Man, I got my first apartment and it was awesome. And then I did this and I did that and I did the other thing. Or I bought my first car. I already know how to do this. Whatever this is, it's time to get out of your head in a negative way. You are an air sign, so you're going to be in your head, but let's just shift it. If you're going to be thinking some thoughts, you might as well be thinking some thoughts about some positive stuff. So let's do that so that we can actually move ourselves in a new direction instead of just being stuck in the same old, and recycling and regurgitating and keeping going through and reminiscing about the shit that didn't work out. Let's change directions for a moment as often as we can. And it could take you a couple days, couple weeks to start seeing a shift in your manifestations, seeing a shift in what you're attracting, whatever it may be, or to get that idea. Oh shit, I got it. I know exactly what to do. But this is a you thing within you, and it's going to take you some time, but you are a wise person. You've gone through some things in life. I ain't even joking when I say you've gone through some things in life. You know what life is about. You know what not to do, but there's a time when we just get stuck. And we're stuck in that, I can't believe I did that. I'm not good enough. Okay, so you're doubting yourself. So you're worried about some things, whatever. You're affecting your confidence. So you're not wanting to take action, or you're not sure about what action to take. Let's get a shift on this. And this could start happening today if you start focusing on this. You could write it down. You could journal it. You could talk to yourself about it. Whatever. You just think about it. If you're going to be in your head, you might as well do some organized thinking. And that's what this is. It's some organized thinking. So let's organize our minds and let's think in an organized fashion, and let's start changing and shifting the direction that we're headed. You could think that you're not good enough, or that you're not enough, or you'll never be enough, or you can't do it. Or you can sit there and think about, well, shit, look at all I've done. Look at what I did when I was in my teens. Look at what I did before I graduated high school. I graduated high school. Look at what I did when I was in my 20s. Look at what I never thought I'd be able to have a baby, but I had a baby. I got through that. Whatever it may be, your accomplishments are your accomplishments. And they're there waiting for you to remember your skills and remember how you felt about this, that, or the third, and how you accomplished it. You can do this. No problem. No problem. But it's a you thing, baby. It's a you thing. Angels messages. Finances and career for some of you. Again, financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. It doesn't matter. Some of you are not in love with your life right now. Some of you are not in love with your money right now. Some of you, this is just focusing on your career and your finances and stuff like that. Again, you got to fall in love with it. You got to be in love with it. What do you love doing? Where do you want to head? What do you want to do next? This could be the one. So this could be the job. This could be the person. This could be the moment that you actually succeed at something, because it looks like success to me moving forward with the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Pentacles here. You're manifesting some sort of successful changes, and it could be many areas of your life. It could be one. It could be many. Healing family issues. It's just kind of going back over in the way that the angels say it. It's time to be playful and enjoy life and get yourself out of that negative doubt trap, that overthinking and the doubt, and get yourself on a positive course. Looking back at what you've done and what you've accomplished and what you've succeeded at doing. Your skill sets, your whatevers, whatever it is, whatever is important to you. You know, sometimes we just keep pushing forward, keep pushing forward, keep pushing forward, and then shit happens, and then we think about the shit that's happened, and we don't think about all the cool shit that we've already done. Let's think about the journey we've already been taking. Let's think about the journey we are on. We should be enjoying our journey, not stressing out about it. It should be enjoyable, right? You should be content and happy with the changes and you know, I'm no longer this year old. I'm this year old, and look at what I've done since I was this year old to now at this year old, you know? Just think about it. Reminisce a little bit. Take a trip down memory lane, baby, and do it in a positive way. Don't get tripped up with the obstacles or with the crap that's happened. I got to take the dog out. It's cold outside. Y'all stay warm. You got this, and you can get a flip on this pretty easily. You've already got what it takes to do whatever you need to do, whatever is going on for you. Sorry, it's so vague, but it's going to be different for everybody. Take that healing journey, and it can improve your finances and your money. It can improve all things in your life as long as you take that trip in a positive direction and you get yourself out of this 10 swords. Yeah, shit happens, but that don't mean you got to carry that shit with you every day. Flush it, let it go, and let's move on. Okay, clean it up, and then get moving on. That's what we're doing here. I'm taking the dog out. Until next time, I love y'all. Take care. Namaste.